So that came out really well. Now to see if I can modify that housing and kind of tidy up that tube section as well. So that's what I'm going to do next. Can I utilise any of that? If not, then it's going to be a custom jobby, I think, that I make. I might as well try and do something with that. I'm not going to use it anyway, so let's see what we can do.
Cutting up the Covin for giggles. It'll fit if me do a few jiggles. Get them grinders spinning and chopping. Ruin parts, now we online shopping. His welders run them filler wire. Got the metal, then he get inspired. His Covin he be constructing. Subscribers help with instructing. Air cooled and he love them tools. He make things like he's back at school. He build the parts and fix them safely. He not rush and fit them hastily. Every day can be a learning day. Can't always be the fun and play. Gotta get down to this car building business. Me swear to you, yes, you is me witness. When the national grid gets a surge, it be Andy having them urge. His airlines be all convoluted. His compressor needed rebooted. Air cooled and he loved them tools. He make things like he's back at school. He build the parts and fix them safely. He not rush and fit them hastily. Andy.
So here's the issue I've got now. How do I keep that in place so I can build up a bracket all around it? Because as soon as the dash is out, it makes it difficult to gauge where it should be. So I'm wondering whether to do some sort of wooden kind of wedge up there like that, fixed to the floor. Kind of thinking something like that, with a little V cut out the top. Just wedge that in there. Scrap that idea. I've changed my mind again. I've put that steering column kind of section back on it, and I forgot I needed that whole thing in place. So what I'm going to do is make a bar and weld it from there to the floor, so that really doesn't move anywhere. And what I've done, I've centralized the kind of steering column itself, and I'm going to be cleaning all that up as well, grinding it down a bit. Yeah, centralizing that. I'll show you what I'm doing. So my plan is to cut a notch into this bit of steel. So I'm going to weld this piece of steel onto the column and onto the floor, and that will stabilise the column. And then I'll pull the dash off and I can work around that then, give me something kind of concrete to work with. Well, not concrete, metal. I need to raise this column up about 10 mil, unfortunately, so I've got to cut these welds off again and just pack some spacers in there and re-weld it up. So that's what I'm going to do next. And then I'll be able to start kind of making some sort of support strut to go across the dash. So yeah, getting there. So that's looking pretty good, nice and central. Took quite a bit of cutting and repositioning and welding to get right. I'll pull the dash off and start making a frame up for that. This will be all I do for this segment of the video. I'll show you what else I've been up to. So moving on to the front of the car, I've managed to plumb in the entire heating system hoses, which is great news. I've used these heavy duty clamps, hose clamps, rather than Jubilee clips. They seem to be really good. They're on, you know, standard cars anyway, so I thought, why not use them rather than the kind of constantly maintaining Jubilee clips. And I think Jubilee clips can look a bit ugly, to be honest, as well. So I've got these bleed screws in the system as well, because this is the high point. And obviously, if the air's got nowhere to go, then you're going to have all kinds of problems trying to bleed the air out, and you're going to have overheating issues. And especially with the Subaru engine, because they're quite fussy and can be hard to bleed. And the moment that I filled that up, and I could hear things gurgling around, and instantly all the coolant came straight up to here and started coming out of that high point, and the same with that one. So yeah, really pleased with that. I don't think I'm going to have any problem at all with that. Let me show you around the side and how I've plumbed the side bits. Actually, before I do that, I'll explain what I've done. So this coolant hose goes down here. That's the outlet. We've got the inlet there, and they run underneath the car. And the reason I've done it like that is it's the only way that the fuel tank can sit in that position without the hoses getting in the way. So the coolant hoses drop down underneath the car, and they're running inside that aluminium bash plate, or kind of belly pan. Belly pan? I don't know, skid plate, something like that. And then popping out the back, I'll show you what's happening up the back. Past the transaxle, past the drive shaft. And what I've done, I've put a H piece in. Well, that's 2 T pieces. And that's going to be sitting up there against that kind of cross brace part there. And the reason I've done the H piece, the moment I block off the heater matrix at the dashboard end, because I want, let's say, cool air going through the heater matrix rather than constantly heated air, then the moment I shut that heater matrix off with the valve, the coolant can like bypass the heater matrix and come through here. So we've always got a continuous loop going through the system. Also got a nice new brake fluid reservoir plumbed in there. Did that last weekend. I need to breed. I need to breed. Oh dear. I need to bleed the brakes again with some new brake fluid. Pull all that air out, and yeah, so that's good. I've got some new horns in there as well. Twin horns. I managed to find a really nice spot for them on that fuel pump bracket, so that's looking nice. So yeah, all in all, it's taking shape now quite quickly as well. So I'll leave this one here for now. That's where we are with the steering column. I'm going to be making up some metal work and, you know, a mounting support for that as well. So let's leave this one here, and thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.